Boom guys, welcome to my YouTube channel guys. On today's episode is a very special episode. I have my man Drew guys, a killer, a really good friend of mine and also business partner when it comes to the real estate guys. He's doing a lot of deals in the Florida market. And today specifically guys, on today's episode, my audience asked me a lot of newbie questions about, hey, if I'm just getting started in real estate, I have no money, but I do have the time. What is the best way to get my first deal the fastest way possible? And so I was like, you know what? Perfect. I'm hanging out with Drew today and we're hanging out here in Florida, guys. And actually one of the Airbnbs that we own so I'm going to have him here and tell you guys how he's getting deals in 2023. So Drew, I'm sure you're getting it also because you have a lot of people that follow you and all that fun stuff. But like the top one questions from newbies is, hey, if I'm getting started, let's say right now in 2023, and I have no money for marketing, but I do have the time, what is the fastest way to get my first wholesale deal? Like what advice would you give to a newbie right now?
Honestly, the fastest way to get like your first wholesale deal, you said you got the time?
Yeah, so no money.
No money.
But I do have the time.
Yeah.
Right? What would you advise?
Fastest, hands down way is to work for somebody. Like find somebody who's doing it in your market and then just go offer them value, meaning your time, your sweat equity, and learn from them and insert yourself into a deal. That's the fastest way to get paid.
Damn, that's a good one. Okay, what would be a second way?
Second way to get paid, if you just have to, you're one of those people you just have to do it yourself, which may lead you down the wrong path, but if you must, then I would say 90 days or longer on the market, but you'd have to learn creative to do that. So the fastest way would be to learn creative, but then now you're putting more education in front of like actually taking action.
Right.
So, but that's specifically for this market. So.
Right. So guys, the reason he's saying that is because 2023, obviously the interest rate is super high.
Yeah.
A lot of properties is listed on the market and they're not selling. That happened to me literally on the fix and flip that we had virtually in the Texas market. Yeah. Listed it, we're supposed to sell in 30 days. Almost 4 months didn't sell. So a lot of properties are not selling, guys. So what he's saying is reach out to real estate agents that have listings that haven't sold for 90 days and over. And right now they may be motivated to help their client move it. So you can offer creative finance. We're gonna put videos. I've made videos about that strategy. We'll put it in the description below. Okay, so that's the second way. What would be the third way? Here's what I mean by that. So let's say the person is afraid of calling agents. Some people just have the fear of it.
True.
And then some people don't want to work for somebody because they feel like, oh, I just want to do it all by myself. Yeah. So if they're doing it by themselves, one of the mistakes that I see from newbies is the type of leads they're calling. So what type of leads would you advise a newbie to get their first deal the fastest way? What type of leads you would say they should go after?
Hands down, most painful or lists with the pain would be probably pre-foreclosure. They're about to lose the house. I'd say go after them. Yes. Whether you knock on the door or call them, knocking on the door would probably be the best.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because they're behind on the mortgage, they disconnect the numbers.
Yeah, probably
they're hiding from the bank.
Yeah, absolutely.
And those people, they already raised their hands even before you call them, saying, "Hey, I have to do something, or the bank will do something about my situation." Right. So, 100%. By the way, that's my favorite list to go after. So pre-foreclosures, guys. Second list, which one would you put at a second list?
The second, I would say probate would be a good one.
Ooh, probates. What is probates for somebody who doesn't know what
probate? That's specifically like when someone passes away in the family. It probates that process that puts the title or puts the heir's name on title. Like that's that process. There's the legal process to do that. Right. So the thought there is, a lot of times they may or may not want to do anything to do with the property, or maybe they don't even have the wherewithal to do something with the property even if they wanted to, or maybe they want all the money out of it. But either way, it's a good list to go after. You find out, you strike up a conversation, give them a call, whatever the case is, reach out to them, send a letter, but you strike that conversation up and then you take it from there, see what you can do.
Right. It's funny because I think apparently based on statistics, close to like 75-80% of people that actually inherit a property for somebody that passed away end up selling it within the first 90 days of the person passing away. The reason being because most people pass away, their will is not set up the right way, is a lot of liens and bills on the property. Yeah. The family already have their own house, their life going, so they're like, ooh, I'd rather, okay. So first we said pre-foreclosure, second would be 90-day plus listings. Yep. Third would be probates. Is there any other like paying list
Yeah, I would say along with the second one, kind of like a caveat for that, is expires, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Expires.
That's a good one.
But again, that's one of those
What
things.
is expired for somebody who doesn't know?
So these are people who already raised their hands, right? This is even a good list for real estate agents who are trying to just get listings, you know? But it's people who already raised their hand and they tried to sell on the market but couldn't sell on the market for whatever reason, right? A lot of times it's due to price, right? Could be contributed to something else, but most cases it's price. But chances are, if they raised their hand to sell and they couldn't sell, they probably still want to sell, you know?
Yeah.
So that's a real high impact list.
Yeah. Which is another one where you're gonna have to learn creative finance.
Yeah, it's gonna be crucial. Yeah. You like, of course you can say you don't have to, but the thing is your chances are gonna like drastically increase on taking that deal down and making money if you know creative financing.
Yeah. Which brings us to actually the fifth way, which is my favorite, and I'm sure you're gonna agree to this. So to me, I don't think they even need to learn, because in the beginning it's going to take you a long time to learn. So like you can just go talk to these leads if they have some sort of motivation. So guys, when we say creative finance, what we mean by that is either one, we turn the seller into the bank if they own the property free and clear. That's called seller finance. The second way is if they have a mortgage in place, we take over the mortgage. We leave the mortgage on the seller's name, take over the responsibility of the monthly payments. That's called buying a property subject to keep it really simple, right? So what you can do though is call the lead, see if they have some sort of motivation. Hey, I saw you had this property listed on the market. It seems like you took it off market. Maybe you didn't get the price that you wanted. Like, can you catch me up to speed on why did you take it off market? Didn't you get the price that you wanted? And you spark a conversation. If there's a motivation, you find a closer like Drew. If you DM Drew right now and you say, hey, I have a motivated lead that is willing to sell, would you help a newbie close the lead
100%.
and JV with them?
Absolutely, 100%. Actually, half of my business comes from that. We have a JV department, so 50% of the business comes straight from that.
For me, 70%.
There you go.
So 70%, guys, is people nationwide reach out to us. They have motivated leads, but they don't know how to close. And we hop on the call and close the sellers for them. And we JV and we split 50-50. The last Airbnb we just closed on, bro, it was a dead lead. The seller owed way more than even what the property is worth. We ended up buying it, turned it into Airbnb. The two wholesalers that brought the lead to me, because for them it's dead, right? They ended up getting paid, I think it was $7,500 on it.
That's amazing.
The seller got paid, you know? Dozens like that, I'm sure you do. So guys, that's the fifth way. And actually, that way I would even put it like maybe number 2 or 3 even.
Yeah, basically generating a lead for someone and bringing it to them close.
Right. So, any other advice you have for a newbie in terms of like, hey, taking action? Because like I always tell people, you cannot not have the time, not have the money, but also have a lot of excuses. So any last advice that you have for a newbie that is sitting there and just want to get their first deal?
Yeah, you got to get out there and just do it. Really, just taking action is the best. But also, don't lead with, can I pick your brain, right? That's kind of like, for someone who's like moving and shaking and actually out here doing it and doing deals, that is the biggest turnoff. And it's not because, you know, we feel like we're better than anybody. It's just that literally the people who rely on us, like our time needs to go to making sure we can make it good on our promises for them. So like lead with value, really. Like bring an opportunity, bring a lead, right? Even if it's not a good lead, just something you went and generated, go bring it. That'll start the conversation, right? And then we go from there.
Guys, most people that are actually busy doing the business, not talking about it, doing it, they have no time. When you DM, you say, hey, let's go for coffee, this and that. People have no time for that. What they have time for is, hey, I have a problem, I'm stuck with a lead, help me close. I have money, I want to invest with you in your deals. Or I have a connection I can introduce you to. So come with value. All this other stuff, lunch, coffee, blah. I'm too busy. You want to have coffee with me? You're going to have to follow me to Walk Properties and we drink coffee while we hang out, right? 100%. So guys, okay, make sure you follow Drew. Where can they find him?
Sub2 Drew on Instagram. That's sub2, like the number 2. Drew, DREW on Instagram. Hit me up. I follow back as long as you don't have some weird secret like page or something. I always follow back, especially I can see you're in real estate.
Right. Okay, guys. So for me, you guys follow me on every single social media you can think of: TikTok, Snapchat, Instagram, all that fun stuff, guys. And leave a comment below. Let us know your takeaway. And if you got value out of this, I'll see you in the next video. And until then, guys, stay bold and be bold. Boom.